Hi there, are you somebody who's looking to improve the way you're using your shoulders? To avoid using your shoulders in a way that's harmful, hurting your posture, rounding the shoulders forward? Well, if so, friend, then this video is for you. Hi there, my name is Morgan Risden, and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people skills to feel more comfortable more often. As in every single day, there are skills that you can learn and apply to help you feel more comfortable in your body, and I like to share those things with you. Now, if you're new to my channel, friend, welcome. I'm really glad to have you here. I hope if you enjoyed today's content, you'll be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, there's a notification bell that lets you know every week when I upload my next video. And of course, you can feel free to check out some of my other videos as well. Now, in today's video, I wanted to talk with you about the thing that you can do when you go to do any activity that's in front of you and you want to avoid bringing those shoulders forward with you. You want to avoid the poor posture that comes with the rounding of the shoulders. And of course, if you haven't already seen the other videos, be sure to check out the 3 videos I did prior to this one. I'll be sure to link to them in the comments below. They really are sort of the stepping stones to get to this piece. And while it may seem very small, it does make a difference. So if you haven't checked those out already, friend, be sure to do that. Now, the idea for today is that we're going to discuss something that Alexander Technique teachers call direction. It's a principle of this technique, and it's something that teachers will talk to students about when we talk about how we're moving and using our body in everyday life. This may be something that you've heard of before. However, for those of you who are new, don't panic, don't worry if it's a little confusing. I just want you to know that there is this principle called direction in the Alexander Technique, and that, oh yeah, fingertips leading is one of those. So thinking about the fact that when we go to live our life, we often have things that we're doing that are in front of us, and we use our hands and our arms, and a lot of time the shoulders come with. So when I think about direction and when I'm teaching my students, I talk to them about this idea of what is initiating movement in our life and how are our body parts in relationship or in opposition to other body parts. And what that means is that I'm thinking about my arms in relationship to my back, or my fingers in relationship to my wrists, or my elbows in relationship to my shoulders. And my fingers are far away from my back and my shoulders. Now, when I go to, say, get something out of the fridge, sometimes my shoulders want to come with, and I'm getting stuff out, and I'm talking to my kiddos, and I'm navigating all this stuff, and I'm asking my husband what he wants for dinner, and my shoulders this whole time are also in the fridge with me. However, I might be able to think about this concept of directing by saying to myself, well, my fingers lead to open the doors of the fridge in order to get the cheese out, and then I'm going to go and grab the milk. The fingertips lead, and the shoulders don't necessarily have to come with, because in relationship to my body, my fingertips are far away from my back and far away from my shoulders. If I'm using my hands in front of me, I'm thinking about what initiates that movement. Sometimes we'll find, oh, I'm grabbing my fridge and my shoulder is the one that's trying to initiate that movement. Oh, I'm gonna get the milk out. Oh, I need to get the veggies out. And already my shoulder has engaged before my fingertips have even had a chance to think about what they're going to be asked to do, which is open up the fridge. So we would say, think about your fingertips lengthening in the direction and leading the hand towards the fridge. So you're going to open your fridge and you think fingertips lengthen, fingertips lengthen, fingertips lengthen, and then I bring my hand back. So my fingertips are what's bringing that fridge back, and my shoulder doesn't really have to engage. The thing that actually happens is my elbow bends, and that's what brings the fridge door handle closer to me. Lots of people will do something like this, and while their shoulders and neck and upper back get a big workout, you really want to think about just using, I always say, the path of least resistance. It's like using the least amount of effort to do any of these activities. We tend to habitually overcompensate by using those shoulders in ways that are not always conducive with having that amazing posture that everybody wants. So if you're somebody who would like your shoulders to be a little bit more out, a little bit more wide and open, the idea of thinking about your fingertips leading towards the activity is going to be extremely helpful for you. Let's take, for example, you're washing your hands. So if you're washing your hands, that's in front of you. It's an activity we all do. And if you think about before you go to turn on the faucet that your fingertips lead to do that. My fingertips are going and my shoulders are staying back because relative to my hands, my shoulders are far away. And you extend, your elbows are unfolding, and then, oh, I can turn on the faucet. Oh, I can wash my hands. And at no point did my shoulders have to come with. So it's thinking about the fingertips leading towards the activity in front of you so that your shoulders are not always engaged in everything you're doing. Now, I always suggest to people to start with, I call it the low-hanging fruit, the things that are really easy, or stimuli, you might think about it, the things in your life that you need to do. But start with something that's not that important, a stimuli that you don't care about. So instead of work or driving, start with something like opening a dresser drawer to get some socks out. Like that doesn't really matter. There's hopefully no rush, and you've got time to pause and say, okay, I remember I watched that video. Morgan talked about fingertips leading. So the fingertips are going to come towards the dresser, and I lead with my fingertips, I lead with my fingertips, my shoulders don't come, my shoulders don't come. Oh, she was right. I can just use my fingertips, my fingertips, my fingertips, my fingertips. And wouldn't you know it, the drawer opened. Now the whole time I'm thinking about using my fingers and then seeing as my elbows unfold or my wrists go with that my shoulders don't have anything to do with that activity. Again, I always encourage people to start with the easier activities that don't require as much brain power and that also don't have that much importance, right? Washing your hands or opening up a dresser drawer is probably not as important as sending an email to your boss or driving on the freeway. So let's start with some easier tasks before we build on that to more advanced things. But this will hopefully get you started about thinking about using your arms and your hands and your fingers in a way that your shoulders do not have to come forward. They don't have to be engaged. Now, I'm also going to follow this video up with a final video for this shoulder series. I think it's going to be really helpful if I give you a couple examples. So I'm going to go around and sort of show some different activities that I personally do in my everyday life and show you how I think about fingertips leading to do that activity. So you can see how I'm not using my shoulder and I can leave my shoulder back and my fingers can help to activate whatever it is. Opening up a door handle, turning on the stove top, even punching in the popcorn on the microwave, right? We tend to do this versus I could just use my fingers. So I'll try to think of some examples to show you so that you can see sort of my thought process of how I do that and what it looks like. All right? So if you haven't subscribed, friend, this is my other plug, make sure to do that so you don't miss out. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's video, friend. And of course, if you did, it would really mean a lot to me if you'd hit that like button. Also, be sure again to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can comment below. Let me know what you liked. If there are examples of activities that you're really curious about how I would think fingertips lead and leaving my shoulders back, what are those activities that you're interested in seeing? I'd love to hear from you. All right, until next time, take care. Ciao.